us talking about furries and bathrooms, so we don't realize that they are picking our pockets.
The culture wars. Something's been bothering me about this whole thing. Let's talk about it.
That they are closing our schools, they are gutting our healthcare, and they are raising taxes on all of us while they cut taxes for their billionaire donors. The culture wars are a smokescreen because the real fight in this country is not left versus right, it's top versus bottom.
Okay, James Talarico, right? Texas Democrat, running for Senate, running against Jasmine Crockett. I like them both, but I like this guy more. I like him because I think he bridges the gap. He's a Christian, and he obviously walks the talk. Big deal, right? Huge deal. He's very eloquent when he speaks. He sets an awesome example. And he said something that he's said repeatedly, and I've always loved his message. And that right there is, in a nutshell, what he has been saying to the American people, to the people in Texas. He's right. This isn't a left versus right thing. This is an up versus down thing. And if anybody says that it's left versus right or says anything about leftists or liberals, they're either not paying attention or they're purposely feeding into that narrative. But that's not what's upsetting to me. Okay, so if you noticed by that title on the video, the FCC, Brendan Carr, the chairman of the FCC, uh, they basically have been putting pressure on CBS. Yes, again, you remember Stephen Colbert got in trouble before. Same thing with Jimmy Kimmel. And then, of course, just recently, The View. Okay, pause at your leisure here. Basically, they are applying pressure through the equal time rule. This requires broadcast stations to provide equal airtime to opposing political candidates. Late night talk shows have been historically exempt from this until now. Again, pause at your leisure. Decades, for decades, this has not been a problem. And as you can see, Chairman Brendan Carr has suggested that late night and daytime talk shows might no longer qualify, especially if they are deemed to have partisan purposes. Fox News! Anyways, okay. Brendan Carr, chairman of the FCC and one of the authors of Project 2025. You know, that same Project 2025 that our fearless leader said he had nothing to do with when he was running for president. Yes. Matter of fact, Brendan Carr, he wrote a whole chapter in Project 2025, and guess what it was about? This is before he was the chairman of the FCC. It was about the FCC and reining in media companies he deemed biased. He wrote a playbook for it before he became chairman, and now that he is chairman, he is enforcing upon it and doing so selectively. That's why you heard that sneeze earlier. Now, what's interesting to me is you heard James Talarico's words, and you might wonder why would they restrict that from happening? Why would they restrict him from talking on such points? By the way, if you want to see it, you got to go to the red square with the white triangle in the middle. Okay, it's as if he might be speaking some truth there. It's a scary time. It's a very scary thing to have direct influence on our information in such a way. In short, and if you guys are wondering how can he have written a chapter like that in Project 2025 and still be the chairman, well, apparently he actually was investigated for this in 2024, but they cleared him because there was insufficient evidence. Pause at your leisure. Basically, he treated this as a personal project rather than a work project. Even though he did say he was the FCC commissioner, which he was at the time, on that chapter of Project 2025. Tricky, tricky. always, always tricky. So, hey, I say check out that red box with the white triangle in the middle there. Hear what he has to say for yourself, especially if you're down there in Texas. Stay informed. Like and share if you like what I'm saying. Comment if you do or don't. Let me know what you think. And remember, this is not a culture war. This is a class war. United we stand, divided we fall. It's pretty simple. So for all of you still not paying attention, come on, come on. It's time. It's time. Okay, I'll leave you guys at that. Have a good night.